Beep 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 beep. Oh, it's you. You're the proof, the jester. Tea. One always has to start the morning off with a cup of tea. And me being me, I've just had a box of Bounties arrive. Plain ones, because they're not making them anymore. So I bought 38. That'll last me over a year. I'm only allowed one a fortnight. You know why? Because I'm old and fat. Right, let's have a look and see what we've got today, because this is just, it's just like we keep getting these glorious things happening. This happens, doesn't it? It's, because we're on a roller coaster. It's not the merry-go-round, is it? This is a roller coaster. I prefer the roller coaster. Don't like the merry-go-round. Right, so there's a couple of things, right, that come together. So I put the links in the doobries. Men, come and be a warrior teacher. I've said it before. Buy me a coffee. What have I got my keys here for? Right, so... It's too delicious. There are two things, right? Okay. The first one is about the Guardian, that bastion of truth. They really are a revolting paper, aren't they? So there's a guy called James Beale, who's their social affairs editor, who has reported that the Guardian has been accused of institutional racism. Has been accused of institutional racism. It couldn't happen to a nicer bunch of people. These are the ones that persecuted women. Do you remember? With their institutionalised misogyny. Do you remember? Oh, institutionalised is just beautiful. What we have to remember, and this is important, witch hunts only stop when they come for the witch hunters. Witch hunts only stop when they come for the witch hunters. That's how it works. Once they start hanging the witch hunters, see? Or burning the witch hunters, then the witch hunt stops. Bloody middle classes. Right, okay. So here we go, right? Okay, 3 producers who worked on a podcast about the Guardian's historical links to the slave trade have accused the media group of institutional racism. Well, can't be surprised. I keep saying that. I didn't use saying, what am I going to say? Well, roll me in flour and call me a sausage. I don't know, I'll come up with something, right? So, the newspaper has been creating an editorial project, including a podcast about the connections of John Edward Taylor, the paper's founder, to transatlantic slavery. Why? What for? What for? I don't care. Do you care? I don't care. Anybody care? We stopped slavery, didn't we? Yes. There are more people enslaved now than there ever were. There are. All right, have a look. Okay? I've got a blog about slavery. Have a look. Okay? There are more people enslaved now than there have been. Do they give a monkey's toss about that? No, because they want to produce their little podcast and criticise history. Why would they want to do that? Sit there and criticise history? Oh, because they are. Grievance miners. That's what they're after. We must find the power and oppression narrative. It's like they're searching for some kind of, holy grail that's gone past its sell-by date. I love it. I love it. Right, okay, so the 3 producers who worked on it complained in writing to The Guardian last year before leaving the project. So this is breaking now. They sent an email detailing their claims to audio professionals on Monday. It's a strange thing to do, isn't it? Send an email to an audio professional. You'd think you'd send them a message on the phone, right? To an audio professional on Monday after hearing The Guardian was seeking to complete the project. The email obtained by the news site Deadline says a key issue was the lack of any serious desire from The Guardian to face and interrogate its own historic role, what that has meant for its journalism to date, and what the accountability might look like in the future. So what they're saying is that the email was, the key issue was that they refused to bow down to the god of critical social justice, and because of that they must be shamed, and then they will be forced to make penance, like the floozy that had to walk through the streets on Game of Thrones. It's the sparrows, isn't it? No! Bugger off with your misery. Aren't they miserable, moribund people that do this? And here's the glorious bit. This left room, they said, for microaggressions, colorism, bullying, passive-aggressive and obstructive management styles. Passive-aggressive? Microaggressions. Oh, get her. They mean anything slight, anything that they don't like. You get it? Right? So anything they don't like is a microaggression. Because like I say about gender and the fact that the word queer or trans is something is a container they can stick things in, same principle here, except they're using race. Microaggressions. They are. Micro enough for you? You bunch of wibblers. So then it goes on to tell you a little bit about, the fact that this guy Taylor founded the Guardian and may have had links to slavery. What people don't understand is that at one point slavery was as ubiquitous as having a phone in your hand. Imagine trying to take everybody's phone away. They don't get it, see? They don't understand the historic morality. Nor do they want to. They just want to look for grievance. Yeah? So it's not possible that anything good comes of anything. So therefore they think that you're either good or evil. My gosh, it almost sounds religious, doesn't it? There they are having to capitulate at the altar of the critical social justice cultists because they have to, pay penance for their original sin. It's almost like it's a religion or a cult. So what else happened? Right. They were reviewing Taylor's links into slavery. Nobody cares. Right? The complainants said that they made their allegations because they were aware other black producers had been contacted about working on the Guardian series. They wrote in their email, they'd gone to these people and gone, please, please tell us we're clean. I don't want to be unclean. Oh, we may be unclean, the Guardian. Please come and show us that we are not unclean. Well, to do that, we're going to look up your arsehole. We don't care. Look up our arsehole. You can even have a look at our historical arsehole. That's what happened, right? They went to these people. Wankers. Right, our experiences are often buried, blah, blah, blah. The usual stuff about nobody's paying enough attention to us. They said the podcast was mismanaged following numerous attempts to have good faith conversations. It's not possible for critical social justice cultists to have good faith conversations because they only believe in power and oppression and they only believe in finding power and oppression, which occurs everywhere, infinitely, for time. It's the only way they can get the utopia. They haven't got an answer, mind, but that's the only way they can get the utopia. Don't deal with these people. Kick them out. Kick them out for being political extremists in the workplace. It's not hard. That's why you fire them, because they are culturally toxic, not because they're anything else. Fire them. They said the podcast was mismanaged. They claimed that they attempted to speak to people. They wrote a formal letter of complaint. This was ignored for weeks and minimised. Yeah, just ignore them. This was ignored for weeks before they offered ineffective mediation sessions, i.e. you won't do as we told you. This is the Guardian's got itself in this mess because it was. Tell us we're good. Are we pure and virtuous? I love it. Hoist by your own petard, you wibblers. Right, okay. We were routinely undermined, unsupported and deeply frustrated by the absence of journalistic rigour and critical attention to history. Critical attention to history. What that really means is, where's our money? Well, you ain't getting it by the look of it. Good. Back off. The Guardian said, we are concerned that some former colleagues and contributors have not had a good work experience working with us, but we are disappointed they have chosen to write a partial reflection of their time at the Guardian. You know what I mean? You lie down with a dog, you get fleas. Don't have anything to do with these people. I don't know why you're doing it. I don't know why the companies are doing it. Well, we're going to decolonise. Why are you doing it? Stop doing it. Tell them to go away. Critical social justice is a cancerous form of misery, right? So that's what happens when you get involved. You end up like the Guardian, which is essentially, having to kiss ass because they asked people to come in and tell them they were pure. Then when these people told them they weren't pure, they realised that not being pure was a bad idea because they were so stupid that it didn't occur to them in their left utopian bubble that this might happen. But it has, and that's delicious. Juice on the Schadenfreude. But it gets better because what we've got is a sequel that we're going to be able to watch unfold in real time. Again, links are in the doobries. Manchester Museum, right, which is a fantastic place for now, right, have advertised for a social justice manager. They've advertised for a social justice manager. Right, so the Guardian's about to finish its journey, I think, because they finally twigged it. And the Manchester Museum's gone, that's all right, just cough in my face. Yeah, cough in my face, that's what Manchester Museum said. Go on, spit on me. And they've gone to give themselves the same infection. So they're going to get somebody in who's on about 50 grand a year if you have a look at the advert. It's all of the doobries. Whose entire job is to cause them problems. And they're paying them to do it. Oh, these people are so unbelievably stupid. They think they're doing a good thing, but they're unbelievably stupid. What do they think is going to happen? Right, so we've got a new position. What is it? Social justice manager. Right, okay. So what you're going to find there is that you're going to end up with social justice in your organisation, and you don't even just understand what social justice is. Firstly, there's only justice. Social justice is a nonsense. There's no such thing. You don't need the modifier. Justice is justice. Secondly, social justice is not any kind of justice at all, as you're going to find out. So they'll start then with the grievance. They'll be going around looking at your exhibits going, I think that was once touched by a man of ill repute, and therefore there is an adjacency to things of ill repute. And because it's adjacent to things of ill repute, pop it in the basement. That's what they're going to do, okay? They are going to curate your arsehole to pieces. It's so funny. Because it's the end of the museum. You're done, Manchester Museum. That's just the start. You wait, watch. Watch this space. Go woke, go broke. Watch this space. We'll be keeping an eye on that, watching how bad they get. You know, next thing you know, they'll be, you know, doing a Tate and popping up pictures of people in binders smiling as if all is right with the world. We've gagged this woman permanently. Here you can see her smiling as if it's all well with the world. Right? This woman's breasts are flattened and damaged. Her ribs are broken, but all is well with the world. Right? That's what's going on. So if Manchester Museum want any credibility whatsoever, get back to doing what you're supposed to be doing. All right? And stop making moral judgments for your viewers, right, who come in to see your exhibit. And even better, for God's sake, don't bring somebody in who's going to en masse make those moral judgments. Stop reaching out to the public. You do your creation, we'll come and see it. We don't want you interfering in people's lives, which is exactly what's written into the job description. You will engage with local communities and spread your virus everywhere. Manchester Museum, mark this day because I believe this is the beginning of your downfall. And I'm going to watch it with sadness, but also with a strange kind of resignation. What's wrong with them? Go well, folks, for God's sake. I'll see you later. Bye.